If you were told that everything you've done SEO-wise in the past was just a waste of time, you'd probably cry, maybe scream, or you might just ignore the advice altogether. But this is the bitter pill that many business owners are having to swallow. You see, Google Bard and Google Business and AI, they're asking for location. And the reason they're asking for location is, in effect, AI is going to decide whether your business lives or dies. However, it's not all bad news. Well, there is a tool that I'm using that's helping me, and also you have plenty of time to try it out and also to try these changes, in fact 5 changes that I'm going to give you now that you can implement while you still have an opportunity. Now, for Google business owners on my channel, of course, we've been preparing ourselves for quite a few years for this. All the work's been put into Google reviews and also optimizing some of those perhaps further deeper areas of your Google business profile. And some of those deeper things are now beginning to be used by Google. They're going to start using it in their AI results. And I'll show you that in a moment. But I must admit, there's a video that I produced just recently, and surprisingly, it's only got 3,000 views. I don't know what's the matter with everyone. This gives you some incredibly detailed information about how Google AI and Bard is going to affect your business. So I'll put a link to that video near the end of this video. So Google Business has changed again, but in a good way really, if you look at it from the right perspective. Because using the new SGE, the Search Generative Experience that Google is now offering, the layout it's producing and the way it produces results is actually going to benefit local businesses. So let's look at 5 things you can do, new SEO in effect, to get your business seen. So taking the first one, location. So think in terms of letting the AI know where you're based. Google's for a while now been mapping businesses. And when you understand your location and your nearby towns and cities and you're talking about them within your business, within your branding, within your website, within your profile settings, Google's picking that up now and going to match that with local searches. Google Bard's been asking for some time now where the location of the searcher is, as you can see here. But it's so they can provide more relevant results to the person searching. And with the recent Palm 2 release, which came out just recently from Google, you notice Google has updated the Bard, the chat tool. This learning language is looking at your website, it's looking at your profiles, it's looking on the sites that talk about your business. It's looking to Google, it's looking to Facebook and Yellow Pages, and it's trying to understand where you're based. So are you making it easy for Google to know where you're based? Now, of course, if you're a service and you don't have an office, then you just need to speak of the service areas that you're based. So that's the importance of location, but also the importance of thinking about your user too. We've often mentioned that on this channel. So what does that mean, think about your user? Well, most people tend to think in SEO terms of the algorithm, but the algorithm's trying to think about your user too. So think of what your user is going to search for next. How does your user think? What is your user, the person that's going to be your next customer, what is he going to type into the search engine? Is he going to use things like, if he's looking for a web designer, would he look for a web designer near me? Would he look for a London web designer? So he mentions the location. He may be interested in the price, so he might go top web designer at a reasonable budget price. Those words, budget, top, they're words that, again, you need to think in terms of your user will use those words. And so how does AI then match this up with your business? Well, AI will look to your settings, look at your description, look at your website, look at your profile on Google Business, and it will then connect the two up. So old conventional SEO is very different because that was just using keywords. And now we're looking at location keywords and user keywords. So you've got an opportunity here to optimize your Google business profile, and that has to be the best SEO you can do currently if you're a small business. Now the next one is consistency. It's actually consistency with your citations. So a citation is where other websites talk about your business, particularly indexes. Particularly local citations are really valuable if you want to be found in local searches. Now this tool that I use gives a massive SEO advantage because what it does, it focuses on knowing what citations are important to your business industry. So I use this tool all the time. It helps me get local citations. It scans my local competition. It finds what are they using to rank, and then it finds me opportunities where I haven't yet registered my business. And I can then look for ways of literally clicking on it, finding the website I haven't registered with, adding my business to it, all for free. And then this then builds my links, it improves my ranking, it improves my recognition of being an authority, and it provides consistency. And the reason it provides consistency is because you can copy and paste the same information. So your business really should be the same wherever you look. It should give the same telephone number, the same business name, the same address. We often talk about NAP, name, address, phone number, and so on. So I use this tremendous tool from WhiteSpark, and I thoroughly recommend you try it yourself. I'll put a link down below for you. So you may be wondering, well, is all the old SEO information now not relevant? Well, if you've been following this channel, you know we've been changing the way we think. We've been thinking more about the user and less about the algorithm. We've been thinking more about optimizing with Google Business Profiles, or we used to call it Google My Business, and not focusing so much on the old SEO keyword research in the past. But also we've been preparing to change the way we think about being authentic, being trustworthy, because again, those are key elements that Google's going to pick up on, particularly through AI in the future. Now, I did a video interview recently with Darren Shaw from WhiteSpark, and these were the types of results people were saying incredibly knowledgeable. They were saying great video that summarizes years of experience. Another one, great video. I trust only both of you for local SEO. Zanet, you are awesome. Well, the thing is we're just trying to teach the right way to go about SEO. And we've been trying to be a bit different because we're knowing where things are going to go with AI. So hopefully, if you haven't done so already, you'll subscribe to the channel and you'll benefit from the future videos too. And here you can see Darren Shaw was speaking to me recently about some of the solutions he thinks will make a difference with AI coming along. So all those tips in his video, in my interview, are really going to be helpful, and hopefully you'll be putting the same comments yourselves after you've watched it in full. So I'll put a link to that video up above, and you can watch it afterwards as well. So back to these local SEO things, what do they need? We've looked at location, think about the user, consistency with citations, and now the fourth area is that of services. Services really is a great opportunity on Google Business Profile, because often we can't change the categories and we don't talk about changing primary categories too often. But what you can do is you can keep updating your services, and recently Google has been constantly changing services, giving you more of an opportunity to really give the details of what your business does. So services should be clear, detailed and consistent both on your website and also on Google Business Profile. So the fifth area you might want to look at is your welcome message. In other words, when people first meet your business, how do they feel about the manner in which you talk to them? So when you write your opening paragraph, whether it's on Google Business, in your description, or whether it's on your business website under the About Us page or your home page, does it start with a warm greeting? Does it convey enthusiasm for what services you offer? Now think of the words you're using. And again, you want the website citations and the descriptions and Google Business Profile description to be consistent. Now these words are going to prove valuable in providing results, especially when you think of voice search. So people are going to use voice search even more in the coming months with AI. But you want to appeal with clarity. You want people to know exactly what you want them to do. So if they're going to respond to your invitation to take your services, your products, they need to know how to go about it. So do they call you, do they text you, do they visit the website? Clarity in those few opening lines as well is going to help you get a successful business. But now earlier in the video I mentioned that there was a video that you need to watch next, and it's right here, and it's going to help you rank for the coming year ahead. So don't miss this one.